How do archaeological site formation processes work? Imagine walking through a landscape where every hill, valley, and riverbed holds clues to the past. How do these clues get there, and what happens to them over time? That's where site formation processes come into play. They are the natural and human actions that shape how archaeological sites develop, change, and preserve evidence of human history. Understanding these processes helps archaeologists piece together what really happened long ago. Natural processes happen without human help. For example, erosion wears away soil and sediment through wind, water, or ice. This can expose artifacts or sometimes destroy them. Deposition is when sediments like sand, silt, or gravel settle in layers, often burying objects and protecting them from decay. Think of a river depositing gravel in a floodplain, covering ancient tools or bones. Bioturbation is caused by living things like animals digging burrows, roots growing through soil, or insects tunneling. These activities can move artifacts around or break them apart, making it tricky to interpret the original context. On the other hand, cultural processes are driven by human actions. When people build structures like houses, walls, or roads, they create new layers of occupation and refuse. For example, a settlement might have a hearth, storage pits, or trash dumps that leave behind distinct features. When people abandon a site, it can decay or collapse, and their refuse can be left behind in heaps called middens. These deposits are important because they tell us about daily life, food habits, and technology. All these natural and cultural actions interact over time, creating layers of soil and material remains. These layers, called stratigraphy, tell a story of what happened first and what came later. Usually, older layers are beneath newer ones, but disturbances like animal activity or human plowing can mix things up. That's why archaeologists pay close attention to soil colors, textures, and inclusions during excavation. They carefully record how each layer was formed to avoid misinterpreting the site. Knowing how sites form is essential because it helps archaeologists tell the difference between natural changes and human activities. This way, they can more accurately understand how people lived, worked, and interacted with their environment. When excavating, archaeologists work slowly and systematically, removing soil in small sections and noting every detail. They use tools like trowels, brushes, and sieves to carefully recover artifacts and features. Sometimes they screen soil to catch tiny objects like beads or seeds. They also document the soil's color, texture, and composition to reconstruct how each layer was created. In the end, site formation processes are ongoing. They reflected both the environment and human actions over thousands of years. By studying these processes, archaeologists can piece together the story of past societies, understanding not just what was left behind but how it got there. This knowledge helps us see the bigger picture of human history and how people adapted to their surroundings over time.